Sure. Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I shouldn't start this off with a Russian accent, so
I got more tea.
he's got more tea. Welcome back to part 3 of our DC conversation. Yes, our first 3-parter for some odd reason, because we're just
You're
so
welcome.
passionate about the DC universe.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. We give you a late night conversations, yo. Anyway, so we're gonna dive right into it because apparently people were getting mad at me for kind of getting off topic because we didn't get to talk about the CW DC universe before. So we're gonna go straight into that. Obviously, I'm just gonna get these two guys' thoughts on the matter because they're the ones who watched it more than I did. I only watched the first seasons of The Flash, and that is all.
Sad.
Why did you drop? Okay, can I ask one question? Why did you drop it?
I don't know. I lost motivation to watch anything for like a whole year.
But
The Flash kept going. You never started Arrow. You never started any. Well, Supergirl was Batman was Just now you talk about those. DC Legends tomorrow was but Flash and Arrow were the better shows.
yeah,
You know how hard it is to get me into shows that have more than 3 seasons?
and
Yes.
and also, here's a so when you do start watching them, you gotta start the Arrow first until you hit the first episode of Barry Allen. Then you do the Flash.
That's the
Yeah, season
difficult
2.
part
That's the
about
proper way to do
having
it, if you're
a
gonna do it the way
TV show
we had to do it,
universe
watch it.
because you can watch all of one show, but during these shows, like maybe the third season of Arrow or the second season of The Flash or the Legends of Tomorrow or Supergirl, they have a crossover at such random times in their shows, which is why it's so hard to follow
And
up
you
on.
don't realize it's the crossover until like partway through the first episode of the
Yeah, because they'll
second
make
episode of it, and you're
mention.
like,
They'll make
Yeah.
this
mention
ain't the
to
first
it.
episode.
They'll make mention to it, and I'll just be like,
Yeah.
"What? Did I miss something?"
Because
Yeah, you missed the
sometimes
crossover
those
episodes.
those shows have a tendency to, so they start playing the episode, they're like, what was I here? And then they show a flashback of the beginning of the episode, and you're
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh,
like,
okay, so I was supposed to be there.
Previously on the Flash.
And they do
Yeah.
that sometimes, so I can see how it would confuse
My name's
somebody,
Barry Allen, and
Yeah. What is it?
and I'm the fastest man alive.
even though you
I
get
can- I
paid
can-
by the past people.
With the
I
help
can
of
say
my
one
friends
thing,
in
though.
Starlands.
I can say one thing though. The better crossover was the recent one, the Crisis Over Infinite Earths, because it actually tied into the story after the Crisis. Like the season, the Flash kept going with consequences that happened in Crisis, kept going throughout the series.
Right.
Like I don't know. Do you want to spoil the character or no?
You really think I'm gonna dive deep into the way too late into this?
Okay. Pretty much spoiler for anyone to watch. Pretty much after Crisis, Oliver Queen dies. He gets turned into like the prophet or the overseer. I don't remember exactly what it was called. The overseer or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But pretty much he goes to fight the anti-overseer or something. I don't know exactly what it's called again. But pretty much when Oliver takes Barry out of the Speed Force to help them get back to reality, it ends up killing the Speed Force off.
Yeah.
Because the power from the that fighting with the Speed Force and pretty much killing the Speed Force entirely.
Pretty much.
And then Barry trying to make his own Speed Force like Eobard Thawne did with the negative Speed Force.
You see how that ended up?
Yeah, that was easy to understand.
Yeah.
Get my whole grasp on this whole. I can't even speak because I'm like, what do you call it? Do you call it the CW universe? Do you call it the TV universe?
The Arrowverse is what it's called.
The Arrowverse.
people
All
call it
right, I
Arrowverse.
forgot. That's called the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should just label the topics to discuss as just the Arrowverse rather than
Arrowverse.
listing every single show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the discussion topics just go Arrowverse.
Just throw Arrowverse onto there.
Arrowverse is nice.
Like, I had a good understanding of the Flash's character from the 3 seasons I did watch, and those were great to watch. I don't know why I didn't keep going.
The next season introduced Elongated Man.
Is that not
And
the same
then-
as Plastic Man?
Plastic Man and
They're different people, but they're basically the same power.
Yeah, but there are different people in the comics too. It's
Yeah.
a weird concept. But yeah, they fought the Thinker, and then after that, I think it was Cicada,
Yep.
and then the season 6 was Bloodwork, and then the Crisis stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't Bloodwork like
It's
a
confusing if you haven't watched any of it.
like
yet,
a
so
Carnage
Yeah.
type character?
Bloodwork, kinda. Pretty much what Bloodwork's power is. Pretty much he was diagnosed with some type of, I think, cancer. I think it was. I don't know exactly
It's
what it
the
was.
same thing as basically the Thinker as well. They're
It's-
both diagnosed.
Yeah, it's a disease and that, right? His mom was. It's like
Disease.
HLM or something like that.
Some incurable disease.
Blood disease. Pretty much he ends up
Yeah.
turning his blood into like this black mush, and pretty much he becomes a hive mind, so he can take control of other people, and pretty much turns into like a giant monster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's the gist of it right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easiest
It's
way to
great.
explain it.
Pretty much he's a hive mind.
He's a hive
Yeah.
mind.
He's everything but one.
Yeah. Pretty much if you take control of you, puts his blood inside of you, you become him.
But you yourself don't know.
He took control of Barry after Bloodwork came back after the Crisis as well.
Mhm.
When Barry was fighting the Speed Force, he rejected it, and that's when Bloodwork took over. Because he still had fragments of Bloodwork's blood inside of him. He took over the Flash and pretty much became Hive Mind Flash.
Which is like one of the worst things to have you face is Flash under control of somebody else.
Happens a lot.
It's basically like you're fighting a super mind, super hive, speed hive at that point.
Oh man. I
just can't.
You have a lot of shit to catch up on, basically.
I can't.
I can tell. Like I'm listening to this. I'm like,
It gets so deep.
what do I say to this? Do I say okay?
Yeah. See, I can't wait for them to introduce all the other like forces. Like you have the Speed Force, the Still Force, the Strength Force, and the Sage Force.
Yep.
Which Turtle from one of the seasons? Remember Turtle, the guy that could slow down things?
Yep.
He possesses the Still Force. Grodd and the Gorilla's part of the Sage Force, and so on and so forth.
There's a lot of forces out there.
And then Trickster.
And then there's the Force.
Trickster gets corrupted by the Strength Force for a little bit as well.
Trickster.
Yeah.
Trickster.
It's like, I know who Trickster
Wow,
is.
it's so nice. It's so nice.
See, obviously, I can't contribute much to the Arrowverse topic.
Yeah.
Because I'm
you
like,
basically just
I only watched the
we're-
first
we're
3 seasons
catching
of The
up on
Flash,
this,
and you
don't
have the
worry.
Arrow, you have Arrow, Supergirl.
Oh, Arrow you'd love because season 1, I don't remember who it was exactly. Season 2 was Deathstroke. Season 3 was Ra's al Ghul. Season 4 was he's like a magic user.
Yeah,
Damien Dark or something like that.
Yeah, Damien Dark. That's it.
Season 5 I think was
Who-
Prometheus.
Who played Damien Dark? I can remember his face, but I can't remember his name.
It was
If I remember correctly,
Neil McDowell.
there you go. I remember later on he's also
Neil
with,
McDonough or something
he
like
also becomes part of like the he teams up with Thawne and who else?
that. I don't remember.
Damien Dark, Thawne, and who was the third person? I can't remember. Because I remember they have to they basically tell him how to survive the Wraith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't remember who it was though.
What was season 5 or 6 with Prometheus?
Yep.
Which was cool.
Yeah, that was one of the best seasons right there. It just because it threw a bunch of loops.
Yeah.
Basically, they had to figure out who Prometheus was and what was the connection and.
The next season he went to jail and all the other stuff as well because of Prometheus.
Yep.
It's a lot, and it's great.
Oh yeah. It is. It's
I can tell
It's just
it's-
like one of the juicier seasons right there.
I'm sitting here and I'm like,
Basically, like so throughout, like after like the first second season, it starts getting a little dry. But then it comes to Prometheus, and it's just basically a juicy ass fucking storyline, and it just gets you interested in again.
Yeah,
Juicy.
I love it.
It's like one of those.
Season 4 is like for a lot of people.
Hooks.
Yeah, season 4 was a very boring.
Yeah, it just basically it got dry.
But season 5 picked it right back up, and it was so good.
I feel like all this episode is going to be is these two trying to convince me to sit down and watch all of the Arrowverse.
I will watch it with you, I promise.
I'm being told to watch certain animes right now, just so I can be ready for next weekend's topic.
Yeah.
So watch animes for now, and then when you're done with those,
when would I ever need to see all these
into
DC shows, though? That's the thing. Unless there was someone who would sit down and literally watch all of these with me, then
I just said I would.
Would you sit down? Okay.
Him down there, he just said he.
What opportunities do we have to watch these?
I will go to your house every Saturday and watch it with you. Is that better?
Fine. Still need to see Lord of the Rings.
We still need to play D&D.
You're right. We need to do a lot of things.
We do.
That's the thing. We need to We need to figure out what we need to focus on right now. But right now, these I can't contribute to the CW topic, which is why I'm like, I'm gonna play this off, and maybe we don't discuss this because I have no idea what to talk about when it comes to.
Last episode too.
It's like I can talk about the Flash and how it introduced Gorilla Grodd and the Reverse Flash and Zoom and Jay Garrick's Flash and Tricksters, Mark Hamill's Trickster.
I feel like we kind of like
Saboteur.
this topic a tiny bit, but then Candid kind of took us out of it because it's like
I told you what I was trying to do was taking you out of it because I can't contribute to the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
We're just trying to convince you to watch it. We're trying to convince you.
All you're telling me is like, yeah, there's a lot to watch.
It's so good though.
That was a turnoff for One Piece, was because there's so much I need to watch to even like.
Because there's so much to watch.
There's so much.
This is so good.
That's the thing. You could say it's good, but it's like there's like, oh, it's good, and people can tell me it's good, but then the turnoff is just the amount that's there, and it's like.
Why is that a turnoff? Enjoy the adventure. Enjoy the excitement of every single episode. It's so nice. Because once you get past like to where I am 600 something, you'll love it.
Don't tell him that because he's not gonna watch
600 episodes.
No. You'll love it after the first. You'll love it after the first like 10 episodes. It's amazing. Like once you get, start going through it, you'll forget how far you are, and next thing you'll know, you're 600 episodes in.
You just can't you can't start off with.
I
600.
I feel like it's only been a day, and I walk upstairs, and like my parents are moved out or something. And like, what happened? It's like it's been 7 years since we've last seen you. We thought you were dead. It's like, what were you doing down there? It's like I was watching One Piece and the Arrowverse.
If you watch I guess like 3 or maybe 5 episodes of One Piece a day. You can finish One Piece within less than a year.
That doesn't help your cause, Gerald. That doesn't help the cause.
I was like, are you trying to get me to see One Piece?
To watch One Piece.
It's a good commitment.
Is it a good commitment?
You can be like him. You can be like him and watch it all at once, or be like me and I've watched it over years as it came out.
Right now, I've watched Demon Slayer, all of Attack on Titan. I started Jujutsu Kaisen all in the course of 1 month. And you think I'm gonna finish 600 episodes worth of One Piece in a year?
You mean 960 something, right?
Yeah, it's past 900.
All right, we're going to wrap up the podcast today because because I got to start getting on high 900 episodes today. Podcast is canceled. I am just not going to see the light of day until One Piece is done.
Hold up. I will let you know how many episodes, what episode just came out. Hold up.
In the meantime, can we get back to our discussion about the DC universe, please? I was trying to get us out of the CW topic because I have nothing to say about it.
Give us a new topic to go about then. We'll go with it
once you give us one. Okay, man. Episode hold up.
Just fucking
for our quick
969.
Nice.
69.
No, but 69. We're almost at the 1,000 episode peak. It's still going, right? Oh
For at
dear
least another
God.
5 years.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get caught up on the show, and then by the time I get caught up, it's still gonna be airing on the. I
One Piece turned into
swear to
1,000
God.
movies.
Yep.
Back
Piece
to
is
the
now
matter
1,000
at
movies.
hand. Do y'all want to continue this CW topic? Because I'll just sit here and listen.
Let's go on to a new topic so you can be
Yeah.
invested in it. 'Cause
Are you?
obviously
Are
you're
you?
never gonna be
No, no,
invested
no,
in
no, no.
CW.
Don't let my like stubbornness get in the way of you having fun discussing about the CW universe and how Supergirl is hot
Oh.
and all that
Supergirl.
stuff.
Don't go to Supergirl. That show just.
She's so hot though.
Dude,
I'm not saying she's not hot. I'm just saying the show kind
here's
of
the thing.
boring.
She was hot in Injustice too, and that's a video game, and that's a problem. I have. That's a problem.
Okay.
That's all our problems, though.
In the Arrowverse, Martian Manhunter is so ugly. Oh my God.
I'm like,
I
where are you
hate
going
it.
with this?
His
Like,
voice
Camden.
his voice is good, but
Look up Martian Manhunter Arrowverse. It is so bad.
Okay.
he's so
Let me look
I
at a
don't
bit of
know how-
my handy dandy.
CGI'd.
Is it
plain.
Is it CGI Martian Manhunter?
He's just.
You can tell they heavily relied on
Arrowverse.
CGI throughout his making.
He just looks so bad.
Man.
Like, the actor's cool.
There's no
The actor's
detail to
great.
him. Yeah, the actor's great. He has a perfect voice for it, but they put no effort into the design of Martian Manhunter in Arrowverse.
Yeah, no.
He's kind of Now that I looked at the Zack Snyder cut version, this one just looks so horrible.
Wait,
It doesn't look terrible.
Oh my God. Wait, I forgot. Wait. I forgot John Diggle from Arrow becomes Green Lantern because at the end of it, at the end of Arrow, a Green Lantern thing landed in front of him.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. How did
Yes.
I
Oh my
forget?
God.
Oh, that shit came up earlier on. Yeah. And they were gonna make a spinoff off it before they canceled all the shows out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, let you know, Camden, they kind of made their own Justice League in the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
Oh, did they really? No,
Yeah.
no Batman. Or is the
Even though it's kind of weird because
It is Batman's like cousin or something like that. It's Green Lantern,
but
Arrow's dead, Martian Manhunter.
can I say something real quick?
What?
Pre all the crossovers, Supergirl and Superman were in a different world.
Earth
Different
52.
yeah, they were on a different planet multiverse from Flash and Green Arrow. And so
Yeah.
a crossover and then everything kind of got
Crisis made it into Earth X. One
yeah,
Earth.
So yeah, they're all together now. Towards the end of the series. Yeah. It's confusing, but that's how it went.
Anyone who wasn't part of Crisis, who wasn't like the pillar in the Crisis, doesn't remember the Crisis at all. It didn't exist.
Yeah, so like
Memories they should know don't know.
exist. They forgot everything that was before Crisis.
It's kind of like another.
Basically,
Flashpoint.
everything's kind of like an artificial memory put in their head.
It's like it's like a new Flashpoint.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the only other scene I saw from that was they threw in Ezra Miller's Flash with
Yep.
the other Flash.
I like your suit.
Oh, it looks so
Oh, yeah?
comfy.
I like the CW suit better than Ezra Miller's suit.
Yeah.
See, what's funny is that a lot of people would disagree with you.
Really?
I feel like
it
a
looks-
lot of
it
people.
look-
would.
it
I'm
looks
not.
pretty
I'm not
cool,
disagreeing
but-
with you because it fits the person wearing it.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
if you look at it, like his personality kind of matches his because he has a lighter personality. Well, I mean, not technically, Ezra Miller doesn't too. He has light personality, but he has more comical.
Like
But
if the person doesn't
His powers
fit
kind of.
the
I
outfit.
feel like his powers kind of go with the suit more.
Mhm.
Yeah, if your
That's my
person if your person doesn't fit the outfit they're wearing, then like give them something else.
Yeah.
Like you're
Right.
not gonna throw a person into a Batman costume. Like I don't think you would throw Ben Affleck into Christian Bale's Batman suit.
No, it just
No.
wouldn't fit him.
Right. Or like
It-
Michael Keaton into Ben Affleck's outfit. That's just like it just
Right.
doesn't look good on them.
And this is another thing about the Flash. If you like look at it, I like how they slowly changed his outfit over time. It's like in some of the earlier series. Spoiler alert, candid, by the way. Actually, no, I think you probably watched this part.
The
I like
first-
how it like when the Flash had traveled into the future a little bit.
he saw that there was
and-
a white emblem.
Yeah, there was the white emblem, and eventually they got to the white emblem, That's
Mhm.
what I like about the show.
Yeah, because
is they kind
Cisco was just
it's
like, man,
attention.
the white
It's
envelope
attention
looks
to
so
detail.
good.
It's attention to detail.
Cisco lost his powers.
Yeah,
Oh, did
I
he?
know.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vi. He lost. He gave up his powers. Vi.
What
Yeah.
what happened with the whole thing with Killer Frost?
Pretty much, Killer Frost is like the goddess of ice, whatever. It's pretty much sharing a body with Caitlin Snow, and that's all it is. She's not a metahuman. It's been a
yeah.
thing from the beginning.
She's had it since she was little, but she lost
Yeah.
memory because they suppressed her power. But
Mhm.
so eventually, her and Killer Frost
Killer
become
Frost.
one person. They become basically best friends. They leave each other notes and talk to each
Yeah.
other through notes.
Pretty much, they go
But
back and forth
yeah, eventually she loses Killer Frost.
for a bit.
Yeah, but then she gets
Oh.
it back, and they're all happy. Do
And
down
then
and all
Killer
that.
Frost is
Yeah.
like season 6. Killer Frost is in most of it. Caitlin Snow's not there unless Killer Frost needs her. Stuff like that.
Yeah, basically they
Gotcha.
switch over. Once they get each other back, they switch roles. So basically,
My
Killer
thing is,
Frost is the
though,
main person then that body. Then.
The guy that played Elongated Man got fired from the CW. So I don't know what's going to happen to the Elongated Man now.
They'll just put Plastic Man in there.
But people were
They
saying
probably
like
kill him off and not show his death, or just
Yeah.
like kind of go like a backstory, or
people
she
were
erase it
saying
completely.
people were saying Jerry Trainer should play Elongated Man. Just change his. I mean, they can replace him because he can change his face anytime.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of CGI him in there a little bit to
Just
change
get a
his face up.
CGI, change
Yeah.
his face up a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense to me if they just change his face. Probably.
Then
I forgot he
you'll
had
be
that
fine.
ability, to be honest.
Yeah. He's full control of every single atom and molecule in his body.
Now he's the real Adam.
The real Adam.
Yeah.
The Atom Smasher.
Anyways,
Let's get away from the CW, Cam.
Okay, I let you have fun. If you have any more you want to say right now, get it out.
no, that's pretty much it.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah, I do.
All right.
Oh, okay.
See, there you go.
I want to talk about like we were talking about earlier, Arsenal, Roy Harper, and all the other stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, get back into that. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess Roy Harper is Speedy, also known as the Red Arrow, stuff like that, right?
Well, but if you want to be specific, the sister's nickname in the beginning is actually Speedy.
But he ends up taking the mantle.
Yeah, he has taken Speedy name.
He becomes the Red Arrow, right? And then and then he leaves for a bit. When he comes back, because Thea takes over the Red Hood, becomes Speedy. When he comes back, he's considered Speedy for a bit because everything like that, and then he's turned into the Arsenal. The Arsenal, pretty much in the show, he took Mirakuru, they injected into him. Pretty much just like what Deathstroke used to get like super, I guess, amped
Super
up.
soldier serum, basically.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
DC instead of Marvel.
You gotta keep taking it and taking it and taking it. It'll give you hallucinations. He took that, and then anytime like he gets too out of place, he'll black out and start killing anyone in his sight.
Yeah, and then eventually they do cure him of this.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Remember
thought they did.
remember in the future flashback, he still has it. And he starts like trying to kill someone in the future.
Oh, okay. What am I thinking then? What am I thinking?
But in the future, he ends up being part of the Lazarus pit. So he has a bunch of bloodlust, is what it is.
Yeah, basically he's all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah. Pretty much anytime he blacks out, he craves blood, he'll just kill anyone in his sight, and eventually have to try to cover up so he doesn't get arrested again.
I do want to mention one thing that
It's
I did
pretty
take.
fucked
I did take notice. So what was it? Caitlin Snow, right?
Yeah.
She had a love interest in the first season.
Firestorm.
That guy became Firestorm, but that guy died.
Mm-hmm.
Half of him died.
Right, half of him. But like, cause what was his Doctor? What's his face?
Yeah, the old guy. Yeah.
His
Okay.
sentient being was still alive.
Yes.
He just
It
needed to
lived-
find a host, basically.
And he found like, a
Basically,
football player who
the
was
other
compatible.
half
Right.
moved on to somebody else,
Yeah.
and it moved on to the current guy. Can't remember his name either.
There's two different current guys, remember? Because the other kid was a skinnier kid, and now in the DC Legends, they changed him to a really big buff dude.
Yeah.
So it's two different actors now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's interesting.
you know what I mean, though. That at that time they changed it to that guy,
Mm.
and eventually they find him. He's able to fuse and all that. So basically, the sentient being, the appearance lies in the other person, but the doctor is really just like the knowledge and all that behind the character, the sentient being. One gets the physical appearance, another one gets the mental internal, basically.
My point was that, like, man, Caitlin Snow falls in love and gets her heart broken way too easily. Because doesn't she fall in love with the fake Jay Garrick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who dies, and it's like who
Dies.
Who
it wasn't die. It was like it was a phased future. No, like a past.
He
mirage
creates a
of
clone of
himself.
himself and kills him as his clone. Basically, that's what it is.
Right. And he's like, well, this is a problem. Like he plays Zoom.
Basically, the whole reason he did that was because he was dying, and he needed her to make that artificial speed force to give it to him.
Isn't it?
Basically, he took it after that.
Isn't the Reverse's Flash another alias of his Zoom?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes and no. Okay. The Reverse Flash was Eobard Thawne.
Well, I
right?
knew that. I knew who
But
Reverse Flash
Dr.
is.
Zoom, who's also what was his name? It wasn't Eobard Thawne. It was
Google instantly.
So I'm like, there's different
just remember-
versions of Reverse Flash.
And it was Zoom was Eobard Thawne. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because
Yeah,
like in
and then-
Flashpoint,
Yeah,
where he gets a
Dr. Zoom,
bullet
yeah.
through his head, where they just referred to him as Zoom.
It's kind of confusing that way. Yeah.
But like there's a Zoom,
I-
there's obviously a Zoom in the Flash where it's the what's his face.
Basically, it's different world. That's different Eobard Thawne / Zoom.
Yeah, but doesn't that Zoom turn into something else in that season? He gets
Right.
turned into like this black and red Flash.
Yeah, it's a race basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the hunter for the Speed Force. If you're doing,
Yeah,
if you go back in time
Hunter
and mess with the timeline,
Zolomon.
Hunter Zolomon. That is
there you go.
the Reverse Flash. Also known someone as Zoom, but also he takes the place of Flash to try to get revenge on Flash. That's what his name is.
I only said Hunter
Thank you.
Zolomon, like David said Hunter Zolomon in the chat.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much.
I'm like,
I
Hunter
couldn't remember
Zolomon
the
sounded
name.
very familiar, and I'm like, and then you obviously were like, Hunter Zolomon! Wow! Anyway,
we should. He does eventually. He does get turned into the Wraith though later on for the Speed Force.
Yes,
Who hunts is Thawne
Eobard
down
Mhm.
because Thawne is messing with timeline too much. So the Speed Force hunts him completely.
Uh-huh.
But eventually, Thawne outsmarts the Speed Force or the Wraith and gets away from it.
Can we talk about the different Dr. Wells in each fucking season?
Oh my God! All the different multiverse.
you had
worlds,
like
yeah.
you had the original Eobard Thawne, Dr.
Dr.
Wells.
Wells.
Then you had the really like dark. No, there was another one before that, wasn't there?
Yes,
No.
he was like Dr. Wells from Earth 2. He was
Yeah.
a very, very smart one that was actually like, Dr.
Didn't his
Wells.
daughter become a speedster? No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
his daughter became a
his daughter-
speedster.
Yeah, she and Wally West were a thing.
And then they brought
Jesse
in
Quick.
another Wells who
Yeah, that-
died
I
in the
think that one
third
was-
season.
Oh, no. Oh, that hurts so bad.
It's like, how
dude,
many
when-
Wells are you gonna
when
bring
that-
in?
When she took off the disguise and hit the drumsticks fell to the ground, dude, I'm like, no.
I cried.
That was my
Oh.
favorite. That was my favorite Wells completely, and it's kind of like so fucking sad, dude. It was so sad. And then when the Wells comes back, the original, the second one, and then he slowly starts losing his intellect and starts becoming like
That was
NP.
in season 4. That was the thinker thing.
That was
Camden
sad.
hasn't been
as
that
fuck.
far. Camden hasn't been that
Ah,
far. yet.
darn.
Spoilers. Oh well.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna fucking watch it anyways?
Okay.
Earth 2, Dr. Wells loses his smartness, pretty much.
Yeah, he becomes like a shell of himself. Like he forgets everything. He can't remember nothing. Basically, he's me. Can't remember nothing. But it's kind of like sad to see him slowly decimate. It's just like nothing of what he was before. It's kind of sad.
He tries to use the thinker's helmet to increase his intellect, but only ends up hurting him more.
Yeah, ends up increasing the
Speed of
increase
it.
of his intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really good. It's a really good like plot into the show, but it's also very sad.
Gotcha.
It's very sad.
Okay, that is a lot on the CW. Hey, at least you got a good 40 minutes worth of CW content.
30.
There's a 30? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
No,
30.
you're right. You're right.
I mean, we could have gone
Yeah.
for longer if we wanted to.
I'm sorry, but there was something else I wanted to talk about before the
Why
time
do you
ran
hate
out.
Superman?
Why I hate Superman.
Yeah.
Let me
This is going for a while.
Let me tell you where it started, okay? Back when I played the first Injustice game on the PS3, that is the only reason why I hate him. But then it got worse over time. Right? I found more reasons to hate him. So, in Injustice, what happens is Joker kills Lois Lane, and it divides. Joker kills Lois Lane. Actually, no. Joker makes Superman kill Lois Lane.
You're right.
That was what happened. And he nukes Metropolis. So Superman kills the Joker, and Batman is against killing. So Batman's against killing anybody, but Superman is only killing villains. Villains and anybody who's considered a criminal.
Or anyone that goes against him.
Anybody who goes against Superman or anybody like that. So he basically uses his power to take over Earth. And I'm like, all right, okay, use your superpowers to take over and become a supervillain or whatever. And then and then obviously the whole story there is that Batman takes a different Justice League from another universe in to help him defeat Superman, and in the end, it's Superman ends up defeating Superman.
Right. So,
but it's like you hate that version of Superman because he takes over the world, but then you play Injustice 2, and I still hate him just as much.
Right. So here's my another thing. So have you seen Superman Red Son?
Yes.
Oh, Superman Prime? No.
It was
Son,
Red
the
Son.
Russian, the Russian one.
The Russian
Yep,
Superman.
No.
Basically, he drops in. You never seen it?
I was thinking something else.
The Russian Superman.
Do you want to talk about this, or are you gonna watch it?
Talk about it.
All right. So.
Never heard of it.
All right. It's basically instead of America, he lands in Soviet Russia. Back in like 19.
Yeah, it's why they have like a
something.
Russian Batman.
So yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about too. So basically, this Superman is taught to believe their way is right and everybody else is evil, and he has to save everybody that's evil and turn them into what he is. Starts invading other countries, blah blah blah. He's communist. He's a dictator basically. He's evil.
That's what
they say.
That's what I also hate is that I feel like Superman is way easily influenced by anything. If you put him, that's the thing. The whole thing with the Snyder Cut and what was going to happen, it wasn't that Joker killed Lois Lane. It was that Darkseid had taken over the planet.
So easily.
And Superman, like Darkseid shows how much power he has and kills Lois Lane, and Superman joins Darkseid. Like that's what it's not explained in the Snyderverse, but it's implied. And I'm just they're calling it the Snyderverse because people want them to bring the Snyderverse back.
We do have the Arrowverse. I mean, so let's just go with it. So
Injustice timeline.
That's what I want. I want an Injustice timeline because I thought that's what they were going to set up. Because in Batman versus Superman, that's what it looked like.
So
and they did the same thing in this movie.
When you guys say he's basically easily like controlled, I immediately thought back to Batman Beyond. You remember when the alien attached itself to him and took him over, and nobody knew about it for how many years? That's immediately what I thought about when he's manipulated.
Right,
like
and
that.
then you have him in The Dark Knight Returns. He's a government weapon because Batman is considered a criminal.
Oh yeah,
because that's why.
And obviously, it's like, well, because like Batman always has these contingencies, and the only contingency he has is kryptonite.
Yes.
Right.
Other than that, it's just like Batman's basically screwed. It's like Batman.
And he doesn't even like. Even then, Batman still doesn't kill him. He still holds to his own true word.
Yeah.
He just beats his shit on him and proves that he can be beaten by.
His intentions with these contingencies are not to kill, but to immobilize.
Not lethal. Yeah, exactly. He wants to depower the powered, and doesn't kill them, but he shows them you're not invincible.
Like, for me, is it like, do I dislike Superman because I like Batman so much more? Or is it just... You know how I feel about overpowered people? That it's just like, they don't need anybody else to overcome something? Like, in... It's like in Justice League, everybody like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, the Flash, they all had a hard time defeating or even putting a scratch on Steppenwolf, right? And then Superman comes in and he's not even like doesn't even take a scratch. And I'm like,
takes him less than he's in like the movie, the last bit of the movie for how long?
Like 10 seconds.
Like 10 seconds.
Zack Snyder's cut, it's literally 4 hours, right? He doesn't like actually show up until the last hour of the movie.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
that's stupid.
Okay. It's like I feel like they left Superman out of the majority of this movie until they
had no content
until he was really. I guess that's another problem I had with the Snyder cut was Superman was only needed to completely destroy Steppenwolf. Yeah. Everything else, like Superman couldn't have parted the mother box unless Cyborg had done something about it, and unless the Flash had charged. Batman was useless the entire movie.
He was
was he?
I don't know.
Superman was just a tool in the end, really. That's all it was.
That's the thing,
he wasn't
though.
Really needed.
Superman's wearing the new resurrection suit.
Right, yeah, all black.
What?
Yeah, in the Snyder cut, he wears the resurrection suit.
Yeah, I saw a clip of him in the suit. That's
so he's all black, and I'm like, all right, so go off with the darkness of Superman. But
it's like the suit, but he has the long hair, except it's not white.
It's not how Henry Cavill plays him. It's how the character is in general. I just don't like him. And it's like, do I need a genuine reason why I don't? And it's just like, okay, my genuine reason is like, I think Batman is right.
And Superman is just
Batman was right. That's the thing. Batman had this fear that Superman could take over the entire world.
Yeah.
A world that doesn't belong to him. It's not his to own.
He is not even birthed there.
And Batman was right to assume that he could take it over if he wanted to.
Right.
And like I get that's a
think about how many different multiverses Superman is fucked up in, and then think how many Batman had. Like Batman's like here, Superman's like.
You have a Superman. You had a Superman that was Russian. You had a Superman that's a bad guy and like multiple. It's all because of a love interest. You lose that love interest, Superman goes apeshit.
He just snaps.
And then you have Batman, who's like, I have no genuine attachments. They're temporary, like Catwoman or
I've lost
Talia
my
or Ghoul.
Still say
he doesn't have like the only genuine attachment Batman has is with the Joker,
right?
Or with some of the Robins.
I don't even think he cares about the Robins at this point.
How
many Robins has he gone through to the point where, oh yeah, I really care about the Robins?
I think it depends on the
Jason
Robin.
Todd.
He cared deeply about Dick Grayson.
He cared deeply about Dick.
Like very deeply.
That was his first son. That was his first son. I just now got that. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Batman cares way too much about Grayson. Not
Dick.
Anyway,
I want to get off topic just for a second. I hate the joke. How do you get Dick from Richard? And then someone says, you ask nicely. Because why is Dick short for Richard?
Because Richard's dick is short.
Oh my god. Don't. We're not gonna go there. Sorry, Dick Grayson, you had a very unfortunate name. Especially for the time we live in now.
We love you, Dick Grayson.
We love you.
We love you, Dick.
I was gonna leave out the Grayson part, and I'm like, oh no.
That might have been an okay name for back in the 80s or something, but for 2000s, it's horrible.
A lot of things are, but
Dick Grayson is the best Robin, hands down.
Oh, he's one of my favorites.
Well, yeah, because I don't know. I feel like I only like Jason Todd not as a Robin, but as Red Hood.
Redhead.
If you go about development, Jason Todd is probably one of my favorites. If you're talking about as Robin,
he's gone through the well. I don't know if he's gone through.
Dick Grayson.
He's gone through the most in terms of like physical trauma, and I think
development.
Dick Grayson went through mental trauma, like Bruce Wayne did. So that's why they were similar. Was Dick Grayson watched his parents die during an act.
Yeah.
the Flying Graysons.
Okay, can I say one thing about the Robins? I feel like Dick Grayson is better off as Nightwing, but I feel like the best Robin to actual Batman is probably Tim Drake.
Probably.
Tim Drake is probably the best Robin to Batman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The worst one's Damien.
Yes.
I
We don't
100%.
talk about Damien.
We don't talk about
We're not
Damien.
going. We're not going into that conversation.
Damien's the rejected son no one talks about.
That's another thing. He's one of those like characters that are written so well that you need to hate him.
Right.
Was he written well though?
I'd say he was written in terms of like he's a spoiled brat in terms of he was manipulated by the League of Assassins. So you almost like you can't really blame him.
You can't hate
for
him
the
for
way
himself.
he
You gotta
acts.
hate him because of his how he was raised.
And
But
then
if he was raised with Batman the entire Bruce Wayne the entire time, I feel like he would have been a lot better.
was the movie The
Oh, yeah,
Judas
definitely.
Contract? Is that the movie I'm thinking of? It's the Teen Titan. It's the animated universe Teen Titans movie.
I don't know.
I think it was Dick.
It
It
was
was Dick
Damian
Grayson as.
It was Damian Wayne in there
Yeah, that's
As
what I'm
Batman?
saying. But
with
he.
Raven as a little kid. What's it having? It had Raven. It had Damian
Raven,
Wayne, who
Beast
else?
Boy,
Starfire.
Beetle, Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle, and it had Starfire as an instructor.
Yeah, because the old Teen Titans was Starfire, Speedy, Kid Flash,
And I
and
kind of like
Woman.
how they brought back her classic look to the eyes that kind of like almost like
Oh,
were
Mhm.
completely colored in,
So-
no pupil or nothing.
yeah.
there's one movie we forgot to mention about Batman. Do you guys remember the Batman movie Batman Bad Blood?
Yes.
Was that the one with what's her face? Bat. What was Batwoman
Barbara?
in that?
Was
It
who?
was
Bat.
No, that was the last
No.
laugh. That was what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Barbara.
No. Bad Blood was the one where Bruce Wayne gets captured and everything like that. So it's pretty much
Yep.
it shows Damian Wayne as a kid who acts up trying to fight Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson puts him in his place, and Dick Grayson has to replace Batman for a bit.
Yep.
To try to trick them to pretty much break
Yeah,
Bruce
because
Wayne out of
doesn't
jail.
Talia al Ghul have Bruce Wayne
Yeah,
mind
she-
controlled?
Yep.
She also had a clone of Damian Wayne, but he was older.
Yep.
Yep. Wait, Batwoman was in that movie.
Yeah, she was, but she was under a different name.
What was the name? Was it Batgirl or like
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah, I think it was
Batgirl?
Batwoman,
Batgirl was Barbara. I never got to talk. I want to talk about
the last laugh.
No, it's
Hold
called
on.
The Killing Joke.
Okay, hold on. Before we get to this, I'm gonna tell you the name of this.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
fresh
is
in
the
my mind.
Killing Joke I'm thinking of, or is it the last laugh?
Where Barbara Gordon gets shot by the Joker.
Yeah,
It's The Killing Joke.
and then he.
It's the origin. It's an origin story of the Joker. So what happens in that is, it's Batman going to the asylum to talk about Joker in terms he wants to end this conflict that's been going on for years about like Batman might end up killing Joker or Joker might end up killing Batman. But turns out Joker's elsewhere. And Joker's reminiscing on his past and how he was like this like really terrible stand-up comedian. And the whole story is like, I love this quote like from anywhere. It's like, have you ever had a really bad day? And Joker's bad day was he didn't get a gig for a stand-up comedy show. He goes back to his wife who's pregnant and they have this like rundown, they live in this rundown apartment. So Joker finds these two like mobsters to help him break into Ace Chemicals because Joker used to work at Ace Chemicals, which is why he knows it so well. And they have to go through Ace Chemicals to get to the casino to steal a bunch of money. So he helps these mobsters to get a fair share of the cut. And when he's in this meeting with these mobsters, police officers come up to him and say, "Your wife and child have just died," because it was like a 1 in a million like chance of death of what just happened. It was like something with the oven or something, and they just ended up dying. And he's like, "Oh, I have no point in going to steal the casinos, and the mobsters like, "There's no backing out now." And
They basically force him to do it.
the outfit they give him is the Red Hood outfit. It's like this
It's
like
classic.
bucket looking helmet that's like, it's like a one-way mirror thing where it's red on the outside and he can see through.
But you
And-
can't see it inside.
Right, and he wears
Yeah.
his red cape. And then they go through Ace Chemicals, they go through a few problems, the two mobsters die by the police, Batman shows up, Joker trips into the acid,
Yeah, and
he takes the helmet off and he looks into the water to see his reflection, and he starts from crying and then he starts laughing. So that's how he becomes Joker. And I'm like, I think that's the best origin story for Joker.
Yeah, that's like it's
Yeah.
like one of the most detailed. Besides the Phoenix one, it was like one of the best origin stories of how Joker became the Joker.
And the whole point
Doesn't
of
just throw him in as Joker. It shows the development of him.
right, the whole point of the Killing Joke though is, so the reason because they did a movie on it, like the comic, like the graphic novel is just the second half of the movie, because the whole movie is, it's a story about Barbara Gordon as Batgirl and the conflict she has with Batman, and she gives up the mantle as Batgirl, and so Joker goes.
Who'd she give it to?
She didn't give it to anybody. She just gave it up. Like she
Stop.
just stopped being Batgirl.
There's a difference between Batgirl and Batwoman in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're two
Yep.
different people.
Yep, my bad.
So what happens is Joker goes to, so Joker's purpose is he said, I can turn any person into madness.
Mhm.
So he takes Jim Gordon, and so he starts by shooting Barbara Gordon in the spine, so
Yeah,
she
paralyzed
can't
her.
walk. He paralyzed her, right? And he takes Gordon to this amusement park, and Joker takes pictures of Barbara Gordon like stripped, and so like this is a gruesome movie. And then he takes Jim Gordon and goes through this roller coaster and shows him pictures of what looks to be Barbara Gordon dead. And he's trying to like completely make him turn mad. But Jim Gordon's like, no, we got to do this by the book. So Batman basically kicks the crap out of the Joker. But it ends up like, it cuts off in a way where it's like, you don't know if something happens, but it looks like Batman actually kills the Joker. Because
Right, yeah, it just leaves off like that.
it leaves off because Joker tells
It shows off
Batman.
them laughing and it's like a rainy scene. It basically slowly
Actually,
goes down.
there's theories on both fronts where it's like, did Joker kill Batman or did Batman kill Joker? Because there's a thing where it's like, Joker tries to use his buzzer on Batman and Batman takes the buzzer. Or there's a thing where it's like, the reason he's laughing is because Joker gave him a piece of his laughing gas and he dies that way. So it's like, Joker tells him a joke at the end of the movie, they both start laughing, and then the laughing stops.
You can't tell if it's like a pitiful laugh from Batman or if it's like
That leaves
he
it
was
to the
poisoned by
imagination.
Joker.
It's just like, who dies at the end? If anybody
They
dies.
could be dead. They both could be dead.
They
Basically,
both
it
could
want-
be dead.
It makes you want to know more. It makes you want it.
That's the thing, and it's like, obviously you had Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy reprising their roles in that movie
Yeah.
to represent that. I think that comic came out in like the 80s, I think.
I believe it
And
was 80s or 90s
I
when it
remember
grew.
buying the comic. It was like a black and white version, which I think is better because that's
Yeah.
just how like dark it is. So I bought it and I read it. I'm like, this is so good. Because I think my favorite part, any monologue that Joker has, any monologue that Mark Hamill as Joker has, is just absolute butter to me.
Yeah, it's anytime Mark Hamill does Joker role,
Does an
he
amazing
just does-
job.
he just
We
does
never
it
actually
amazingly.
ranked our
It's-
favorite Jokers though. My top one is Mark Hamill. That is my absolute favorite Joker. Then Heath Ledger,
Right.
Joaquin Phoenix, and then any other ones under there. I'm sorry. Troy Baker's a
Most
good
of
one.
The worst
He's
of Jared Leto. The worst of Jared Leto.
I hate.
Yep.
I just.
He's the very
He's
bottom of my list.
I talked about this, but like, he's a pimp in Suicide Squad. He's basically a
Yes.
pimp with one
Yeah.
person, and that's Harley Quinn.
That's what
Yep.
he is.
And I'm like,
Stupid.
it's like, bro, imagine being a player in a management profession.
So this popped up in my head when we were talking about it, but what is Barbara's name after she gets shot? Isn't it? Is it Oracle?
Oracle, yeah.
That's what it is.
She's
'Cause I
basically
remember her.
like
I remember from the Dark Knight series games.
yeah,
her
she was
in the
codenamed Oracle.
Mm,
And she you can actually that, like because I remember you can actually play as Batgirl as like a DLC where it's like before
Yeah.
the events of Arkham Asylum actually.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is before she gets shot.
that's one of the best series out there is because they put a lot of thought and detail, and their DLCs actually are pretty good. They're
Yeah.
not just like shitty versions of the main storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Batwoman is Kate something, right?
Yeah, she's the blonde one, I believe, right?
No, redhead.
No,
It's
Barbara's
redhead.
redhead.
No. Barbara
brown.
was the blonde. No. She didn't really show her hair, did she?
No, Batwoman had
Batwoman did have red hair though.
Yeah,
They might.
and she had like a big red emblem on her chest.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of the
That
all
was
white,
Kate.
the all white.
Because
something.
they're making they were making a CW Batgirl, the Batwoman series, and they
Yeah,
they
but
changed
they-
the actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened with the original one.
She just didn't want to because they filmed all of it in Canada.
Oh,
That's why she couldn't keep going back to Canada, back and forth, all that kind of stuff.
why were they filming it in Canada?
They always do with all the CW shows.
Really? Okay.
Kate
Interesting.
Kane. Kate Kane is her name,
Kate Kane. Gotcha.
or Catherine Rebecca Kane.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. another part of the Bat family.
There's too many of them.
There's too many of them. Like Superman, only has like Superman and Superboy and Supergirl.
Superman Prime.
Okay, never mind. Too
Yeah,
many
yeah,
versions of
that's gonna
Superman.
be a
Too many
long
versions of
discussion on how
Wonder
many
Woman.
supers there are.
No, actually, too many versions of the Flash. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fair to say that. Okay, there's infinite Earths, right? So now you have several versions of the Flash. That's
Without counting that, with the Flash, you have regular Flash, Barry Allen. You have Bart Allen. You have Wally West, the new Wally West. Then you have I think that's it for all the Flashes. Then you have like the Reverse Flash, Hunter Zolomon, all them Zoom kind of thing.
right. I swear they're all just versions of each other. I swear to God.
Yep. Godspeed.
God.
Oh, I love God.
Speed.
What was his name? August something. Hold on.
Okay, so the Batgirl I was thinking of was Stephanie Brown. That's what I was thinking of.
See, I remember the original
It was
Birds of Prey show that they had.
August Hart is his name.
right.
Does anybody remember the Birds of Prey show that they used to have?
Slightly.
No.
I remember a little bit about it, but not too
Where
much.
Barbara Gordon was one of the Birds of Prey, and it was the story of how she ended up in a wheelchair and how she became the name Oracle.
I've never heard that.
It must have been so old though, because the only reason why I know about it is because I looked up like all the roles of Joker that Mark Hamill had, all the different Jokers that Mark Hamill had, and he did a voiceover of a guy who dressed up as the Joker, but he wasn't the one doing the voice. It was like, knock knock, who's there? Batgirl, past tense. And I'm like, that phrase is screwed. That is messed up. I'm like, because that was the exact scene where Joker shoots her in the lower abdomen, and just there goes her legs.
Gone.
There you go.
Giddy gone. Need to figure out
we
Batman
probably
being
can't-
a fucking billionaire with extreme advanced technology. You figured be able to help her out. A little bit. Like
we
maybe
can't.
an artificial spine or something.
We
But
can't use
Artificial spinal cord.
yeah, something like that.
We can't use this book anymore. The spine is all damaged.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh, I just love the Joker, okay? I think he's just... That's why I think I love the movie, the Joker movie so much, was because it was such a psychological joyride. Because it just messed with your head.
I still need to watch it.
It's just all there.
I recommend it for anyone over the age of 18, because it is rated R.
Yeah.
Even though you probably read it younger than 18.
No, I watched it when I was like 19, I think. It came out in 2019.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Did it?
yeah. All the good movies came out. All the great
Oh,
movies came out in
You,
2019.
you were in college. Yeah, you watched it at the. Didn't you watch it on campus?
No, I watched it at it was a theater in Ann Arbor. Because my brother took me to see that, and we also watched the last Star Wars movie, like 2 months
Oh.
after that movie. And
Then who did you rewatch it with on campus?
I think
Didn't you rewatch it on campus?
no.
Oh,
I only right now I have the movie sitting on my desk, so if you ever want to watch it, I have it.
Show me.
let's do it.
It's like you want to see that I have the Joker. Bam. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker on Blu-ray.
Yes.
I also got a digital code for it, so bam.
Ooh, nice.
I should not reveal
I don't-
this mouse pad on the screen.
What is it though? Like, the more I realize, I don't have many DC merch at all.
I could show you all of mine. I have like a Batman ornament. I have 2 Batman Funko Pops from the Batman animated series. So I have
Oh, that's
Joker
cool.
and Batman. I have a Joker phone case. There's a framed picture of Batman in the back of my room. It is.
Is there?
Yeah, you didn't see it. You were sitting
No.
right next to
You didn't
it.
see it when you were at my house.
No, I was
how
too
could
busy
you miss
screaming
it?
from a horror game.
You're right, but like it's back there, and I also have a garage sign of the Joker back there. So
Yeah,
I got a decent
got-
amount of merch in here.
I got 2 snapbacks. I got the 3 hardwood posters behind me. I got some Flash shirts. I got the Joker hoodie. I believe I had some shoes for Suicide Squad, and I do believe I have a pair of Flash sweatpants as well.
I have a Flash beanie.
Yeah, that's all he has.
I have
A bunch of Batman and Superman figures. I can go get some if you want.
I wouldn't worry about getting anything right now, especially since
Well,
we're
no.
reaching the end of our
Yeah.
DC
Should've got Link
topic.
there, right?
I think we pretty much got everything we wanted to talk
Mhm.
about. Pretty much.
We have plenty
And
more to
then
talk
some.
about too. If we wanted, if we wanted to dig, we could dig for like 3.
I'm
4
pretty
more
sure
hours,
we
and that's
could,
just-
but this is the stuff that's been eating us, and we just wanted
Mhm.
to talk about
Right, this
it.
is the topic. That
Like
we
I
want-
could
really
talk
wanted to
about all the problems with the DC cinematic universe
Yeah.
and all
We
that.
did that first
I
episode.
can
Let's
talk
skip over
about
that.
how I just love
Yeah.
Batman and Joker and all that stuff. How I love that.
Mhm.
Right.
Honestly, I could tell you how much I love Batman, but I could not tell you just as much about how I hate Superman, because I feel
Yeah.
like I didn't give enough information about how
We understand.
it was
Yeah.
just.
We
It was.
understand.
I need to remind you that Superman is stupid.
I have to remind you, Superman is trash.
It's like, why do you people like him? He's strong and fast, and he has laser eyes and
Other thing
freezing
is,
breath.
a lot of people like to say Superman is faster than the Flash, which is there's no fucking way.
There's no he has
Bolshevik.
Has Superman ever entered the Speed Force?
Maybe actually. Hold
That
up.
would be interesting. Unfortunately, how much? Oh man! I gotta wrap this up.
Hold on. I'll answer this one question.
All right, we'll answer this one question, and then I will wrap this up by talking about what we're going to be talking about next
He
week.
has not been to the Speed Force.
Well, there you go.
No? So there you go. Flash is faster. That's it.
Flash is
Well,
fast.
he has
End
no
of
connection to the Speed Force, so he can't get into it anyways.
Well, there you go. End of story.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All right. What an awesome 3 hours worth of discussion about DC, which, I didn't think was possible, but holy crap.
I did.
No,
I did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I knew it could be even longer. Than
I
this.
wish now that I feel like I wish we would have done this with Marvel. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I wish we would have done that. But
You should have done it on a weekend with me.
hey,
But no.
we're still starting this out. We got a very interesting topic next week. We got some new faces going to be showing up for that one. We're going to be talking about the Japanese cartoons, anime. Yeah, Gerald was gonna say anime. I know he was, but No,
Wait,
we're gonna
what
be
is
talking
it?
about anime, and
Matt,
I'm not.
No.
What?
That was what is anime? No. No.
No, I
No,
said
no,
when
no,
when
no,
are you
no,
guys
no,
talking
no.
about
Not in
anime?
my DC topic. Not in my
I
DC.
already
Not
know
in
what
my
that is, thank you very
podcast.
much. I knew immediately as soon as you guys said it. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anime's next week.
Anime,
Next week, what
yeah,
time?
anime. We're going to be talking about anime next week, and I will not be hosting alone because I need 2 other people to be carrying this conversation.
I'm one of them.
Definitely
I'm gonna have Gerald also carry the conversation, but I'll also have It's Just Sam also carrying the conversations. You can find his stuff on Twitch as well, so that'll be fun. Can't wait to have him here. And just like that, thank you for joining our DC topic, and we will see you next week.